Hey everyone, John here again, and I want to continue our discussion on getting ready for back to school. And I know most of us are probably already back to school, or at least our children are, and they're going into their second or even their third week of school. So, yesterday we talked about some things to update your routine, make sure that some of those important things don't fall off, and just essentially how to integrate back in all these new activities that school brings with it. So, today I want to talk about just some quick tips and things we can do to help making their lives at school a little bit more healthy when it comes to what you're packing them or helping them pack for lunch. So here's a couple of things that we should do and don't do when we're talking about making lunch for them. So the first thing I like to do is include our kids in the decision-making process. I had spoke before about when just trying to get them to eat healthy in general, when they help make the decisions as to what they get to eat or make those choices, they have a little bit more accountability to actually follow through and eat them. I found it with my kids, at least, if they say this is what they want for dinner, and if that's what we prepare, they're much more likely to eat that, even if it's something that they're not really enjoy as much. It's maybe not one of their favorites. So the idea is you give them choices, but give them good nutritious options to choose from. So hopefully there's a couple things that they enjoy, and you can kind of pick and choose from there. Another thing you want to do is to include some variety. Not only does it help provide a balanced nutrition throughout the day and even the week, but it also helps fight that boredom of eating the same thing over and over. Not many people want to have the same lunch every day for their whole school year. Another thing not to do is, even though we want to try to encourage variety, school time and lunch is not the time to try new things that they've never seen before. First off, it's much more likely that when they open up their lunchbox, if they see something they've never eaten before, they're not even going to try it. So save those things when they're in your presence for dinner and lunches maybe over the weekend, where you can be more encouraging, explain to them what it is and what it tastes like so that they might be more willing to give it a try. Another thing to do is to plan and prep ahead. There's no reason for you to run around like a crazy person every morning trying to come up with what they want for lunch. Things like hard-boiled eggs and a lot of things can be prepped ahead of time, even sandwiches. You can make 2 or 3 days worth at a time, and then all you got to do is fill a lunchbox in the morning, and it's a lot less work and hopefully a lot less stress for you. Finally, don't forget to pack water. Passing by a water fountain every now and then is not enough water throughout the day. Your kids, as well as you, should be drinking a good amount of water, evenly spaced throughout the day, to help our bodies work the way they're supposed to. And finally, you want to make sure that you have a good mixture of things. You want to have proteins, vegetables, fruits, starches, and so forth. Don't forget those healthy fats. Depending on when your kids' lunch periods are and when they might be allowed to have a snack, they could have to go for very long periods of time before they're able to eat again. Maybe not the same as where we can have food at our desk or wherever we work, and we might be able to have that better access. Our kids don't necessarily have that. So make sure if they have any long period of time in between meals, whether they have a very early lunch and won't be home for school until late in the afternoon, make sure that they have a nice protein and healthy fat-enriched choices for lunch. Things like simple carbohydrates and like our fruits and whatnot are great for a short burst of energy, but a couple hours later, they wear off. It's the proteins and fats that help keep you feeling full and have the energy to keep going for those 4 and 5 and 6 hour sprints, depending on how long you have before their meals. So make sure that you pack accordingly. Like I said, some good proteins that I like to pack for my kids. If they like hard-boiled eggs, these are great. You can make dozens of them at a time, pack them away ready to go on a daily basis. Another thing, if your kids will eat them cold, chicken, lean meats like ground beef, even if you made like little hamburgers and stuff like that, they work well. Cheese sticks, as well as hummus, is good. Hummus is also good because it's nice to spread on vegetables, and some people like it on fruit. So it's a nice way to kind of add some excitement to vegetables if they don't like eating them just plain raw vegetables. Some of those great vegetables that are good to pack, anything from sugar snap peas or slow peas. Carrots are good. I like to cut them in slices, or you can get those baby carrots. My kids are real big on peppers, so we slice up bell peppers for them. Cucumbers are also good. Celery. Celery's nice. A lot of people like to add peanut butter. There's another good option for fat to keep your kids going longer. And if your kids like broccoli, that's also a great choice. When it comes to fruits, sometimes some of the harder fruits are a little bit better because they pack nicer, depending on what kind of containers you have. They don't get bruised or hurt. But apples are good. Grapes, berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, stuff like that. And peaches are also good if they're in season, have lots of nutrition involved in those. And finally, sometimes when you add starches, you can add some whole wheat crackers. You want to make sure you're finding ones that have a few choices. When you look on those labels, there shouldn't be a whole list of enriched and chemically altered ingredients. You're looking for something that's pretty, basic and simple. So another thing that you can find that's really basic as a good starch, rice or rice cakes are nice because a lot of times they're just brown rice. You can then add things like nut butters and whatnot to help make them a little bit more exciting and to add that nutritional value so that they last more than just a few minutes after they eat them. So I hope you found these helpful, and I'd love for you guys to comment below. Let me know some of your tips and tricks and what your kids like. Happy to share with everybody else. So my name is John. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy these videos, please don't forget to subscribe down below.